D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this story, this video, and you can read them, make up your own mind, or you can just listen to this video, and I break it down for you and everything, and yada, yada, yada. Before I get started, though, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine always get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So why don't we go ahead and get started? And I want to start on my first story, which is that Hawkeye has cast Simon Cowell. Or Callow, sorry, I got that right. I read it wrong when I read the article. I thought it was Simon Cowell from America's Got Talent or whatnot, and from what was that singing show that he did? It doesn't matter. Anyways, but it's Simon Callow, and he has been cast in Hawkeye, and this is going to be on Disney Plus. Now, this show will take place after we get What If, which is the animated series that's coming out next. I believe that's in September. Don't quote me on that. It might be in August. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then we're supposed to get Ms. Marvel after that. It's supposed to happen in 2021. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. And then after that, we're going to get Hawkeye. Now, who is Simon Callow? Simon Callow was in movies like Amadeus, Four Weddings and a Funeral. That's back in 1994, if you were alive back then. Go watch that movie. It's pretty good. He was also in Ace Ventura 2. Love that movie. Loved him in that movie. And then most recently, he's been in Doctor Who, Outlander, and in The Witcher. So he's pretty good in everything. Now, they didn't give too much detail about his character. What he's going to be, and it was kind of annoying that they didn't do that, but they said they didn't tell that, but they did say that his role will have ties to Tony Quincy. I don't know how to say this last name. It's hardcore, and I don't know how to say it. But that character is otherwise known as Marvel Comics swordsman, a villain set to appear in the show. Now, I don't think he's going to be that swordsman. He's an older actor and everything. Not trying to take that away from him or anything like that. I just don't think that he's going to be the swordsman, because I mean, like, if they do, they're gonna have to digitally put him on some younger person doing fight sequences, because nothing is sadder than an old person trying to do fight sequences when you're like, come on, sister, you can't do this. It will also be interesting to see what they do. This show stars Renner and oh gosh, I can't remember his first name off the top of my head, and then that Haley Steinfeld, that's so sad that I can't think of his name. Jeremy Renner, there we go. And Haley Steinfeld, and they're going to be playing the two Hawkeyes, and I can't remember the name of the writer of the comic books that this is centered around. But those comic books weren't too bad, and it'll be interesting to see what Simon Callow brings to the show and his role. And I wonder if it's going to be big or if it's going to be little. He was in 8 episodes of The Witcher, so maybe he can do his character can be in the show more than just for a hot second. So we'll see how that turns out and everything. I mean, I'm excited about that show, even though I so far haven't liked the Marvel TV shows, but that's neither here nor there. Hawkeye could change my mind. So that is my first story of the week. For my second story of the week, Marko, Zaror. I'm going to say Zaror. I don't know if that's how you gotcha people's names and everything. It's so hard. He has been cast as a villain in John Wick 4. Yay, and everything. Now, he's been in a lot of punchy punch movies, kind of a little B or C movies or whatnot, but some punchy movies. But he's been most notably in Dusk Till Dawn, the TV series, and Alita Battle Angel. Now, this movie already has a huge ensemble, which I've already done some videos on that. I'll leave that up in the iCard section, so you guys check that out. But he is joining Keanu Reeves, of course, Donnie Yen, Rena Soyama, Scott Adkins, which he's been in a lot of movies with, Lance Riddick, and Shamir Anderson. And those all, and of course, Chad Stahelski is returning to direct. I think this sounds great, and not much is given about his character and what he's going to be, except for that he's playing one of, like, he didn't use the word villain; it said one of his adversaries and everything. But that's just a villain because John Wick's a good guy. But I really do. I love these movies, these John Wick movies. Chad Stahelski, he said that because he came from a background of stunt work, and he said he's got this journal that he's just keeps writing in different fight sequences, and I'm always interested. I would love to read that journal. Like, you don't even know. I would love to read that journal. It sounds amazing. But yeah, like I said, not much is given about his character in this movie, but it'll be fun to see who he's going to play and how his role plays into that. And just basically, like, if it's going to be huge or not, or if it's just going to be like a smaller role and he just has one fight sequence. And like I said before, I love those John Wick movies. They're just really, really great. So that is my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, the question is Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn leaving the DCEU? So James Gunn's upcoming Suicide Squad movie might be the last time we see Harley Quinn / Margot Robbie for a while. Now, she did say that she needs a break from playing the character and that she doesn't know when she'll be returning to the role. And she did this interview with Entertainment Weekly. And she said that the Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey back to back was really tiring for her. And then she also noted that playing Harley is exhausting, she said, which, I mean, like, I guess sometimes roles can be that way. I don't understand. I'm not an actor. I don't get that stuff. Being an actor looks like a lot of fun. So, I mean, exhausting isn't the word I would use, but hey, listen, that's their job. I don't know exactly what goes on in that stuff. From what I hear, it's a lot of sitting around and waiting. So I'm just like, how exhausting can it be? Like, let's be honest about it. Come do my job, okay, for a week and tell me how exhausted you are. Anyways, so some time off from the character, she said, is something that she's looking forward to. And she said, I don't know when we're next going to see her. I'm just intrigued as everyone else is. And then she first took on this role as Harley Quinn in 2016 in Suicide Squad. And at the time, she was described Quinn as one of the squad's most manipulative members. And then she also called her relationship with the Joker incredibly dysfunctional, adding that Quinn is mad about him, like literally mad. She's crazy, but she loves him. And it's really unhealthy, dysfunctional, and addictive relationship. Now, in 2020, she took on the role once again in Birds of Prey with her performance in Birds of Prey. And she took some time off. Oh, so and she didn't take any time off and everything. And that doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a Birds of Prey sequel / Gotham City Sirens movie. But we'll see going forward if that happens. I don't think it's going to, but we'll see. You never know and everything. And now she's going to be in Suicide Squad coming out in August this year. And then, so this all stemmed from that this Suicide Squad could be her last time playing the character at all. To keep the story in line with Zack Snyder's Justice League, DC might just decide to kill Harley Quinn off literally during the epilogue in Snyder's film. If you've watched that, spoilers if you haven't watched it. A conversation between Batman and the Joker set in the Nightmare timeline reveals that Harley Quinn died in Batman's arms, so it could be fitting. It could be a fitting way to draw a curtain, like a certain ending to that supervillain. Now, when Harley's death is mentioned during the Entertainment Weekly interview, Margot appeared to be shocked, it said, and she said, I didn't know that. And then she said, thank you for telling me. Genuinely flabbergasted over the reveal over the Oscar-nominated, seemed to be at peace with her character's death, saying that the DC films are a lot like the comics. Each movie is its own sort of thing, which works in the comic book world. So it makes perfect sense. Now, I just have to say, overall, I really like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I think she does a great job. She's super hot. She's a very good actress. I think she's everything she's been in, whether it's a comic book movie like this, which is not too serious, but she does a great job, or when she was in I, Tonya, where she did a really great job there. I think that she's a talented actress, and I think her Margot Robbie, her Harley Quinn is just superb all across the board. I just love her Harley Quinn. So I really hope that they haven't killed her off. I know that they've said that the Snyderverse, that Zack Snyder's Justice League is its own little pocket. And a small piece of me doesn't like that, but a small piece of me does like that because I don't want them to kill off Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. I like her. Now, as far as her comic book comment, movies are not comic books. They're very different. It's a totally different world, a totally different subset, all that stuff. So I don't agree with her 100%. However, I do think that you can have these comic book movies and not connect you. First off, the DCEU, they need to start connecting this stuff, and they do that it's so simple. They're just so dumb that Warner Brothers is so dumb when it comes to the DC properties. They don't know how to work this stuff in. And they just need to sit down with a fan, and a fan will explain to them what they should do. And I'm not going to go into that now because that'd be too long of a video. But as far as Margot Robbie goes, keep playing Harley Quinn. Warner Brothers, do not get rid of her. She's such a good Harley Quinn. I love her. You love her. Stop playing. Just don't make any more Birds of Prey movie, or don't let Kathy Yan make any decisions. Don't let them make decisions and tell them no every now and then because they need to be told that. Artists are great, but they need to be reeled in just a tad sometimes. So that is my third and final story of the week. What do you guys think about these three stories? How do you feel about Hawkeye and Marvel casting Simon Callow in the Hawkeye TV series? And do you think, who do you think he's going to play? Do you think he'll play that swordsman, Jack DeQuince? I don't know how to say his last name. It doesn't even matter. Or do you think he's just going to be like, just not that character, but like somebody, like maybe like his manager or whatnot? I don't know. And tell me how you feel about that. Do you like Simon Callow? I like him. Everything. I loved him in Phantom of the Opera. He's played such a small role in that movie, but I loved him in that movie also. He's so great and everything. And I love Outlander. And The Witcher. So I've never watched Doctor Who though. But anyways, so yeah, tell me how you feel about that casting. How do you feel about them casting Marko Zaror in John Wick 4? I can't wait for this movie. They've got Donnie Yen, and of course Keanu Reeves and all that stuff. And they're just everything they're doing with that movie right now sounds so smart and everything. And I don't know this Mark Zaror guy, but he's if he's been in all these punchy movies, it probably means he's going to have a fight sequence and I'm all for it. I am here to party. So let's do this. So, and everything. And then how do you guys feel about Margot Robbie with her comments about possibly not returning as Harley Quinn? I don't think it means she's not going to return as Harley Quinn. We might get a couple more years without her as Harley Quinn, but I do think it would be a mistake for her to leave the DCEU as Harley Quinn. And I think it would be a mistake on Warner Brothers to not have her at least play her at least one more time. I mean, come on. I don't know how you feel about it, but I need to see her with Catwoman and Poison Ivy in a Gotham City Sirens movie. Just don't let, like I said before, don't let Kathy Yan direct, and don't let Margot Robbie make all the decisions. Like these people, like I said before, they need to be told no. Like, she's in James Gunn and it's rated R, and James Gunn, I feel like people like that, even though I like his movies, I feel like you need to put some restraints on people because that gets the creative juices flowing. Like if you just let somebody do whatever they want, they'll just say the first idea that comes to their head and they'll just like go. But if you say, no, you can't do that, it makes them think about how to do it, but in a different way. And it could be a better way. But I don't want Margot Robbie to leave. Like I said before, she's fantastic. Harley Quinn's fantastic. She does a great job as Harley Quinn, and I want to see her at least in one more movie, two, and I do want to see that death sequence that Batman talked about in the Snyder Cut. I would love to see that. Gosh, that'd be so good. So tell me, what do you guys think about this? You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that geek what icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.